Good day friends. Today in this video we are going to see about IELTS. So IELTS stands for International English Language Testing System. It is one of the most competitive tests conducted by Cambridge University. So this test is conducted to prove that you are proficient in English for your visa trials. So why do you need to take this test? This test is required for your admission into a UG or PG, that is a bachelor's or master's degree in foreign countries. So this is actually a proof which proves that you know English and you can understand, speak, read, write, and even talk back in English. So some of the alternatives to this exams are to this exam is TOEFL, PT academic tests, local exams prescribed by universities such as the Canadian English examination, CPE examination by Cambridge, etc. What is the appropriate time to take this test? This test should be taken at least a year before. You start planning to go to foreign country for your higher studies. So taking into consideration the amount of time you need to do this, you need to spend at least 1 to 2 months for preparing for this exam, and so you could book the test and then start the preparation. You always needn't go in for company preparation by going for classes with some institutes. You can also do it yourself. This is quite a easy test, as I'm going to explain. So there are two types of this test. One is the general test and another one is the academic test. The general test is for employees. The academic test is for students. So why do they? So as I would explained, this is the reason why we need to be. The reason for us to write this exam is to prove that we are proficient in English. So you may either take up the general IELTS or the academic IELTS by the amount of according to the purpose with which you are going to be visiting the foreign country. So the exam is basically split into 2 days. Either the first day you will be having the speaking tests or the listening, reading, writing tests, and the vice versa on the second day. So there are four sections in this exam. So the first part is the listening test. In the listening test, the headphones will be provided by the company with which you are writing the test. In India, mostly people prefer writing the examination with British Council. So British Council themselves will provide the headsets once you reach the venue. So for this, you need this examination strictly requires passport as the identification document. So going into this listening has 30 plus 10, 40 questions, and you will be given 1 hour's time for this examination. Similarly, reading will also have reading will have six. Listening for listening you will have 30 plus 10, 40 minutes, whereas the number of questions will also be 40. But in the case of reading, you will be given 1 hour to answer all the 40 questions. The writing part will have only 2 questions. One is a minor writing question and the other is a major writing question. So the minor writing question will mostly consist of a small paragraph to be written based on a pie chart or bar graph, etc., or based on some given information or graph. Whereas the second question will be based on they'll ask you to write your own letter, email, or some paragraphs, etc. Maybe notices could also be asked. So moving on to the last part, the speaking part. The speaking part will be on the next or the previous day to the LRW examination. So it will be just an examination of 10 to 15 minutes in which the whole conversation between you and the examiner will be recorded in a mic. So the number of questions in the speaking varies. So what is the qualifying criteria? So for there is a pass or fail criteria in this. So the pass or fail criteria goes to around 4 to 5 bands. 4 to 5 bands. Most universities ask for 6 or above 6 band for their admission. So the band should be given for separate, for all the separate sections. The separate bands will be given. This L is equal to X, R is equal to X, W is equal to X, S is equal to X. So total equal to Z. So this is how the band should be given, and you will be asked to get a minimum of X should be greater than or equal to 6 in most universities. But in countries like America, they will be asking you to get at least X is equal to or greater than 7. So it would be very practical if you would aim for some band above 8, so that you may actually get at least up to 7 in the examination. Catch you in the next video.